What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Thursday video. Yes, I said that right. Thursday, not Friday. We got some new things going on tonight. If you can't tell behind me, I decided, what the heck? I'm going to put my hometown behind me, literally behind me. This, what you're seeing, is my hometown of Danville. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. So that's the first thing. Second thing, if you missed some of the announcements I've been giving, tomorrow night we will not be doing a live video. The reason why, I have a client investigation. You heard me right. I have a client. And I have Mr. Fedora joining me, my wife's joining me, Casey will be joining us, and I'm so excited to help this young lady out and her family. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, as far as tonight, we have a very special guest tonight. Somebody I literally just met less than a week ago. Literally. I've talked to him backstage. I've talked to him a couple times. And from all the way in Washington State, from Spokane Ghost Crew, we got ourselves Brian tonight. So, guys, let's welcome him. There he is.
What's up, everybody?
How we doing?
How you doing? Oh, man, living the dream. How about you?
Chilling.
Always a good thing. Always a good thing.
So, first, I want to welcome you to the show.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
You just say that now. Just wait till the guests join us. If you can't tell, I did a little homage to you. We can't really see it, but that's one of your logos behind us.
And it looks fantastic.
Yeah, somewhere over there. And if his name on the bottom of his screen wasn't enough for you guys, I also did a little something special. He's got himself his own banner now.
For the first time I've ever seen my own banner. That's kind of amazing. I like it.
So, guys, definitely check him out and check his team out on Facebook. They literally have 3,700 followers. Holy crap. Bigger audience than me.
We've had the page up for about 7 years, and it took a lot of hard work.
Trust me, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I understand. And we've got 6 people already. Holy crap. Where are you guys coming from? But let's take a moment to say hello to, speaking of Casey, she's on with us, Spuzzle from YouTube. Okay. Hey, Casey, how you doing tonight? Another good friend of ours and family, our Canadian family. One of them, Christy, and I'm sure Doug's close by. How you doing tonight, Christy? Leslie, and I'm sure Ron will be on from RRLC Paranormal, another Canadian team, another family member of ours. So hello, Leslie. And there's Casey again.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We got Kathy from Tennessee. How we doing, Kathy? Sarah, hello. Doug is here with me. Both great, Christy says. Awesome, guys. Awesome. And if you guys can hear that, is my laptop going completely nuts, telling me that I'm live. I know I'm live. You can stop it. Anyway.
Just like friendly reminders, I guess.
Friendly, annoying reminders. Kathy, you're doing great. Great to hear. Glad to hear it. Now, if you guys have never been here before, this is starting to annoy me. If you guys are first timers here, please, interact as much as you possibly can. I love to keep audience interaction as high as can go. So feel free to ask questions, say hello, comment, whatever you want. I don't care. So, Brian, Spokane Ghost Crew. I'm assuming that's Spokane, Washington.
Yes, sir.
I'm already on it, Christy. I got you. Christy asked, I don't know if you can see comments or anything. Brian, can you?
Negative, but I do see a chat button down here.
Okay, if you click that, you should be able to see it. And then there'll be an X for you to exit out to get back to us. But yes,
here we go.
Christy and Doug, They are great minds think alike. Absolutely. Um, I don't know where mine is, but yours, well, yeah. Sarah is saying hi to you, Brian. Sarah Russell.
Oh, yes. Hello, Sarah Russell. That is our newest member of the team. She's a medium in training.
Very nice.
The investigation we did the night before last, the Rastrum house, she was 85% out of 100% correct on what she picked up.
Brava. That's better than a lot of the mediums that I've tested. Now, me, I'm not so much a medium. I'm more of an extra large.
Yeah, I'm about a 3-4X large. Yeah.
See, stupid jokes. And Scott's not even here. For those of you who don't know, Scott is my manager and also the co-founder of WASP, Warren Area Society of Paranormal. You will definitely hear him pop in and out of conversation.
Well, I got to ask you a question real quick, sir.
Oh, I thought this was my show. No, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to step any line.
No, any of my frequent audience and loyal listeners will tell you, have at it.
If I may just give a shout out to my brother Rick and John and David, my 3 co-founders of the team, if they're watching, which they're probably not, but that's all right.
What was their names? Rick, John, and
David.
John and David. Here, we'll help them out too. Check this out. You'll love this. There we go. We'll give them their own shout out.
Very nice. Very nice.
So anyway, so Brian, first of all, how long have you been in the paranormal field, brother?
7.5 to 8 years. We started January 28th, 2014, just shortly after my daughter was born.
Aw.
Which makes it so easy to remember. It started out just me and Rick. You know, we were avid fans where people would be watching the shows. We actually had pens and papers and were taking notes.
Been there.
And David, my other investigator, well, somewhat investigator, he was married to my sister and living with us, so he was there. And my buddy John, we invited him in on it and thought, what the hell, dude, why don't we try to throw our team together? And we threw together the Spokane Ghost Crew.
Nice. So anything like, was there any paranormal experiences before like the shows and stuff, or was it just kind of, hey, we're watching TV and this popped on, hey, that looks interesting?
For me, I've had experiences all my life. The first one starting at 5. We lived in a little 2-bedroom brick house. My sister had just moved in with us. I met her for the first time, and we shared a room together. And in the closet every night, I kid you not, a pair of glowing red eyes. Didn't move, didn't growl, didn't say anything. We turned the light on, tried to find it, couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Close the door, it would open it.
No kidding.
And then as I grew older, it's just more of a love for it and more experiences. And I just wanted to start the team to actually try to help people with it.
Nice. So I'm assuming then you do client investigations. You're not just, local haunts. No pun intended.
No, we're mostly residential. We do buildings for the fun of it unless they actually need our help. But we mostly do residentials and local cemeteries. We've never charged a client a single penny, and I've gone 250 miles out of my way just to help people.
That's awesome. And guys, seriously, I mean, I applaud you and your team for that. Not a lot of people will do that. And I know me personally, I've been in the paranormal field. Well, I'll just say it's almost been 15 years now. And the most I've charged is maybe some gas money if they have it.
Right.
But that's about it. But hi. My lovely wife joined me in studio. Oh, I'm getting handed stuff. She's also not just my wife, but she is my manager, my other manager. Scott yells at me, she hits me.
I know that feeling. My sister back in the day, we deemed her the CEO of the team. And yeah, I can't count how many times I was smacked upside the head from her. She actually came back to my team now and is our live feed camera girl.
Okay.
And she does a wonderful job with asking the questions, welcoming everybody, filming, and also being a paranormal investigator all at the same time.
Lot of hats.
Yeah, I'd be scratching my head going, what the hell am I doing right now?
And I couldn't time this any better, and neither could he. But speaking of hats, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call him out because I warned you this was going to happen. Mr. Fedora himself. She's the hands-on management. Hey, Scott, how we doing, brother?
You said I'd get to meet him. It's finally nice to meet you, Scott.
UPS man held it.
Okay. Yeah, Scott is, like I said, he's the co-founder of WASP. And I'm going to do it because he's going to yell at me and he'll see me tomorrow.
Why is this box small?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a replacement. He also helps out with a local community outreach program. It's Friday Night Fright Nights. No, it's more an area Fright Nights. And they are a community outreach. They do a lot for like Toys for Tots, help out with Salvation Army, stuff like that. They're really, really cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome.
I'm getting shot at, but no, my Mackenzie's over here popping things and throwing stuff. Hi. I corrected it, Mr. Fedora. I corrected it. But yeah, seriously, Brian, the reason why, if you're wondering why I call him Mr. Fedora, now I'm doing it. It's worse than bubble wrap. He always wears a fedora for his shows.
Very nice.
Always.
Very classy.
And actually, I have a contest going on right now for somebody to make the most outrageous fedora for him to wear. So we've got a couple of it.
I'm going to have to take note of that and come up with one ourselves here.
I've got ideas.
Does he like bows and feathers?
If not, who cares?
Right.
Gina, hello. She's saying hi to you as well, Brian. Welcome everybody. I'm so happy to have each of you guys here. And before my manager yells, yeah, needs to be in XXX large for his big head.
Perfect.
Not to go on another tangent, but Scott, ask JWoww about the large hat I found for you. That's a side joke, but anyway, back to you. I told you this. We go on tangents on this show. We like to have fun.
Great, man. I'm having a great time just listening. Keep on going. I love it.
Good. So 7.5 years. So how many clients roughly have you had?
If you want to count all the ones that didn't have the paranormal, all the ones that did have the paranormal, plus the cemeteries we've done dozens of times, I'd say right around maybe 170, 180.
Wow, that's a good amount. That's in 7.5 years. That's pretty good.
It got to a point in time where we were running 4 or 5 investigations a week for the longest time when we were red hot before COVID took us down.
See, I understand that. We had a lot of that in San Diego. They had a lot of flu and other viral things. They never did like a full lockdown, but it did slow things down when I was in San Diego. And yes, Scott, I got it. 15 minutes, Scott. It's only 15 minutes in. But leave it to Mr. Fedora. And before you even say anything, Scott, no to duck lips. But so a little history, since we're talking about you, I'll fill you in on a little bit about myself. I've been doing this for, like I said, just about 15 years. Not just this, but the paranormal. It's funny you should say about the shows, because I used to watch a show all the time. I'll give you a clue. They were plumbers. And we used to use those videos and DVDs for training. That's how I would train my crew.
That's awesome.
The first 4 seasons, and we would do the exact same thing. Just take a notepad, write things down, and I would tell people, listen to how they're speaking to these spirits. Listen to how they're asking the questions, and pay attention to how they're treating the spirits. Because other shows will
nudge.
Yeah, well, they do other negative things, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, we should have went after the plumbers instead of the paranormal team that we did take notes and stuff from.
I'm not here to bash, but the other show, and I think we all know, especially if you watch my show, you know who I'm talking about. That show is probably the only thing good for is what not to do during an investigation.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in a little bit of provoking, but they take it a wee bit too far.
I mean, provocation, number one, and this is for the record for anybody, it should only be done when you and whoever you're with are comfortable with doing it. That's number one. Secondly, never just go off on the negative end of it. Provocation is also challenging the spirits. Like, can you turn on a light for me? Can you, push a piece of paper? I'm looking for things around me, to use as an example. But if you can do something, can you move something, move an object? Knock. That's a form of provocation too. It doesn't have to be, you better effing do this. And you didn't. Yep. No, I'm not about that.
I see the farthest I've ever gone with that was telling the spirit he was chicken shit for not doing anything. You're gonna do something, effing do it, you big chicken shit. I'm right here waiting. Let's go.
Now I've called spirits out before, but that was when they were going after children. That's one of my hot buttons.
Yeah.
So then I'll get a little more negative and hostile, but for the most part, nah. Mr. Fedora asks, do you think there are still plumbers? I personally don't believe so. At least
as much money as they're making, no way.
I mean, now that they both have their own separate shows now, I believe they still do. I haven't watched them recently just because of there are certain shows that are good and realistic and have value to them. But then there's some that just go after the ratings, and that's strictly entertainment. And I don't want to waste my time watching that. But,
yeah, I'm in agreement with you 100%. If you're gonna go to a place every time and have a freak out attack and all that, it's fun to watch a couple times, but after a while it just gets old. You get burned out on them.
Yeah. And
that's what I like about residentials and commercial buildings that say they have activity and you've never been in there before. You go in there the first time and you're either going to get the crap scared out of you, which is love that adrenaline rush. I miss it. Or you're going to go in there and not capture anything at all. Like, certain plumbers have been documented for, but other certain teams, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, has something happen every time. Hashtag Ghost Adventures sucks.
Glad you said it. But yeah, see, what I really like though about the early ghost hunters is if there really wasn't anything there, they'll say it. There's really nothing going on. They actually showed them debunking the things. And I think Paranormal State was the same way. And I'm not against that myself. If I go into a client and they really don't have anything going on, I will warn a second investigation. I'll say, you know, we want to come back. We want to just double check, but just tell them flat out, we didn't feel or really see anything. And then it's onto the evidence and check it out. And hey, we didn't get any EVPs. So, but I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's investigation, like I said in the opening, is a first for me in probably over 3 years. First in a residential I've done, not just because of COVID, but because I've been setting up for the consultant side. So I've stepped away from clients. I mean, I'll still take them on, but Casey, I'd like to step into place with potential spirits in it by standing in the doorway and saying hello, just visiting. Been there. Yeah, Casey is, like I said, Casey's going to be joining us for tomorrow. And I really like the way she has that mentality of not just being friendly, but leaving the spirits know that she is coming into their place. It's a neat little way.
I need to take notes on that one. We just kind of bust in and instantly lights out, everything's rolling, and
that's fun.
We're just on the ball after that.
And one of my very loyal listeners, watchers, followers, Irene is here. Hey, Irene, how are you doing? And don't worry about it. Even Scott was late tonight. But and Scott, she says hi, and I knew it. RRLC, this is probably Ron saying hello to us. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother? I'm assuming because I saw Leslie earlier. So, Brian, we were talking about equipment, and I've got literally a ton of it all over my studio for tomorrow's investigation. One of which we were screwing around with earlier backstage. This is for everybody watching. Brian knows about this. But I have this little new device that is just the damnedest thing. It's supposed to be able to track people to help with like videos and stuff like that. And it was just spinning around like it was possessed. And then all of a sudden, you can ask, Brian will validate this. It just started beeping at me and it took my picture. I'm like, what is going on?
That was the weirdest thing. He showed me, and the thing's just spinning around like a little ballerina would in a music box. And all of a sudden, beep, 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 beep.
Ron verified. Yep, it's him. But yes, so speaking of equipment, one question I always like to ask, and again, folks, nothing here is scripted if you can't tell. But I want to ask you, what's your favorite piece of equipment? And also, what piece of equipment do you really want?
My favorite piece of equipment and the one I want the most is the one I had until it dropped and broke.
Oh, I know which one you're talking.
And that would be the SLS cam. We had that for 2-3 investigations, and it was dropped and completely shattered to pieces. I curled up in a ball, sucked my thumb, cried like a baby for a little bit, and then I was over it.
Well, we should probably get you in connections with Mr. Ron from RRLC right there, that guy right there. He actually builds equipment too, so he might be able to help you out. Excuse me, guys. Wow. And don't worry, it's not that. But if you guys haven't either, you want to check out a really good website, and I'm going to promote him because he's a good friend of mine, Josh. He actually runs a website called Addict Junkie Paranormal. I love his site. I love what he's doing. It's his own business, and he builds equipment. So check him out.
he's got some great prices as well. I went and checked him out last night or the night before, and was pretty impressed.
Well, we will get him on the show, folks. Don't worry, I do have him planned as well. So, what piece of equipment then? If you hadn't like as much money as you won, what piece of equipment would you get besides the SLS?
You know, the obelisk was always cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand how to use it, but it was cool. The SB11 Spirit Box was always cool. You know, I'm kind of old fashioned, and I like my REM pods.
I actually, believe it or not, I have one coming. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, so hopefully, Scott, Casey, I know you're watching before the investigation. It'll be here. I have a mini REM pod from Attic Junkie Paranormal from Josh. He had it shipped and sent. It's on its way. It should be here tomorrow, along with a modified spirit box. And don't worry, we will be doing a video on it here live. So let's see, getting back here. Casey, don't get me wrong, I will let the folks with the equipment go in first, but when it's time for a walkthrough, that's my take. I just appear as a pleasant visitor. Irene, she just wanted to say hello from the world of ghosts from Tokyo to everybody.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Yep.
That's awesome. Tokyo. Wow.
Irene is a really good one that follows my channel and shows me a lot of love and support, along with a lot of people that are popping up on here tonight. And Ron agrees. Yes, we will have to work on that. Ron, we're going to have to do literally a step-by-step. Unless it's like a color by numbers, I'm not going to understand it. Let's see. Claudine, welcome. First time I'm seeing your name. I'm sorry if you've been on before, but yes, he is awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about Josh and Attic Junkie. Yeah, I've talked to him multiple times. He is feeling better for those of you who are following him. He's over COVID. He's recovering well and back at it.
That's awesome.
Scott, flare cams. Yeah, of course. Actually, believe it or not, I don't know if you've seen this, Brian, but on Amazon, they have flare cameras for under $500. Like I saw one $200-$300. So maybe for Christmas.
Maybe Christmas. I like it. Honey, I know what I want for Christmas.
Ron said he'll walk me through the parts. I hope so. Somebody better.
Also, I have a person that also builds equipment. She doesn't have a professional website or anything, and she's one of my newer investigators by the name of Bree Schroeder.
Okay.
She built us our first SLS cam. It was, I think she charged us, I think $200 or $250 for it. I mean, that thing ran like a dream. And then, yeah.
Casey was just looking at REM pods, wondering what they were. We'll get back to that one, Casey. We'll get into some equipment here. Because I just want to know, I want your opinion on a couple. I love hearing what everybody's opinions of some of these equipment is. For this reason. Sometimes the equipment is a hindrance to getting evidence. I agree. There are some pieces of equipment out there that can ruin an investigation, and they can also make the investigation. We'll get back and more in depth to all these comments, guys. Bear with me. I just want to catch up with everybody. Claudine says she is new. She loves Attic Junkie and will follow me. Thank you very much, Claudine. I appreciate that. And always, guys, like Scott said before, if you are enjoying these videos, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and most importantly, share.
I'll tell you what, he's worth sharing. I've watched a few of your videos, and I shared you all over the place.
I appreciate that. I didn't know where that was going. Let's see.
One of the days, I'm at a monster.
I don't think there's it's either my invisible drink, which is nothing but amp. It's just green can with a green screen. Doesn't work too well. But Scott says they have FLIRs that you can hook them up to cell phone as a cell phone attachment for around $200. Definitely have to try that.
What exactly is a FLIR?
It's a brand of thermal imaging.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
my good friend Charles Howard Johnson from he was another teammate of mine that has his own company. He had one that hooked up to his phone when we did St. Ignatius. And look on my page, you filter through all the funnies and the questions and everything. I think he has it uploaded on our page where there was actually a standing behind us.
Okay. I'll have to look at those. And actually, while I'm bringing that up, let's see. One thing, let's go back to the negatives, and let's go back to some things. I am a firm believer in any piece of equipment can help an investigation, but there are some, like Scott said, that can be a hindrance.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That being said, I've actually used, and I don't know, you'll probably remember this. Some younger investigators are probably like, what? Cassette recorders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking little Walkmans. I'm talking the big boys. That like 30 or 90% of it is nothing but speaker, and then you have a little spot with the little push buttons at the very end. I've used those for recordings, and they work. They work for EVPs. They work.
They really do.
But here's the hindrance side of it. You get all that mechanical whirring in the background. You hear all that when you listen back to it. So you have to train yourself to almost ignore it. I've also used VHS. I've hooked up. Can't see you, camel now. Here we go. I was waiting for it, but I've used VHS. I've hooked up VHS to a DVR system, and I've recorded off them. The hindrance with those, most of the recording ones, if you remember correctly, were only like what, 90 minutes? 90 minutes or 2 hours?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that. So you had to keep, changing them out. So
yeah.
You have to keep so there are some pieces of equipment that can be a hindrance, but I feel chat's on it tonight. The boys are on it. Let's see, ban you. See, Brian, this is how my shows go. It starts off really nice and friendly, and then it turns into the roast of Matt.
Oh boy.
And
I can't wait to read the comments for this one.
No, actually, the ones you need to watch are the comments in Scott's videos, because Payback is a female dog.
Yep.
Ron, I can't really do much with you, brother. Just mess with you live, because you don't do shows. But oh crap. I'm reading the comments, guys. I'm sorry.
We actually, when we started out, before equipment was ever a thing in our group, we started out with 3 flip phones. And let me tell you what, these 3 flip phones, you could record for about 10 minutes at a time. So every 10 minutes, you're having to stop what you're doing, listen back to them, play them again, and they could only hold maybe 3 10-minute spots.
Yep.
But I caught some of the best evidence off of flip phones.
Oh yeah, the VHS.
It shocked the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, the VHS cassettes I've caught a lot too. And Scott, there's the hood for you.
When equipment was first introduced to us by our technician at the time, Trevor Googe, He actually started us out with tape recorders, and we didn't do VHS cameras, but we had CD cameras.
Mm.
And he had what do they call them? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. An EMF detector. Holy shit. You can't tell I'm not a ghost hunter, right?
Nah.
But he had one on his tablet, and we caught some really good evidence from there, from the oldest standing building in Hilliard.
Wow.
I mean, you have no electricity in the building, and it's spiking 27, 28. It was just the weirdest thing.
Now, it's funny you should say about recording video on VHS, because not only did I have the VHS recording on my DVR, but I had the old school shoulder mounted VHS.
Oh, yeah.
Camera, the 30-pound SOBs that you had to carry around, and you just in your ear the entire time. We've investigated with those.
Very nice.
Why? Because they were cheap. That was the big thing. They were cheap.
Yeah, they were like $20-$30 compared to like 100, 150.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I first started out 15 years ago, I didn't have, a lot of money. I still don't. But you get what you can. I mean, I've even gone to like Walmart and picked up the $5 disposable cameras and used those. I've used those. And actually, a buddy of mine out in San Diego, I don't know, I lost contact with him, and I'm sad about that. But he would actually take the LED bulb out of the flash and put IR. He would put an IR LED in that. So every time you would wind it up, hit the flash, and take the picture, it would shoot out an IR light that we couldn't see, but it would still pick it up.
That's awesome.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, Ron, there is a hood to this. I've got a couple of these short sleeve shirts that have hoods. I like them.
Comes in handy. Especially on a rainy day when it's hot.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of different locations, Brian, I always ask this too. I have to ask your bucket list. Right. If money was no object, you had everything you needed, and you had, say, as much time as you needed, where would you go?
Oh my goodness!
It has to be haunted. It has to be haunted. It can't be like chilling on a beach in Hawaii somewhere or the Caribbean. No.
All right, fair enough. Because that's where I was going with that one. Take the money and run. I'd have to say the Suicide Forest would be on my bucket list.
The one in Japan.
Yes.
Well, if you did, this young lady is the one you'd want to hook up with, Miss Irene.
Montana State Penitentiary and the Idaho State Pen. They're close by. Man, so many of them.
I know. I love this.
That one that Zach did, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was in Tennessee.
Bob Mackey's.
There it is. And maybe the Murder Mystery House.
Do you know what's a really good one that I haven't heard for a while? I just thought about this the other day. The Winchester House.
It's really funny you mentioned that, because one of my investigators, John, was just watching film on that the other night. I think it was like a documentary.
I've seen it. I haven't actually been inside, but I have seen it, and wow, that thing is huge.
Yeah. So I want to flip this question around on you. What's your bucket list?
Well, I think to start off, just not to surprise people, and I'm kind of cool you asked that. Nobody ever asked me that. Out of all the times I've been doing this, nobody asked me. See how it is. Except not on my show, they haven't. I've been asked this question before. But let's see. I would say I've been to a lot of places in my 15 years. I've done the Queen Mary. I've been to Eastern State Penitentiary. I've been to Gettysburg multiple times. I've done a lot of places. So I would say that if I could go anywhere, first of all, Lep Castle. Reason behind it is not just for the hauntings there, but for the history of not just the castle itself, but the entire town that it's set in.
That's a good one.
And just because it is so historic, or it's so engulfed in history, I think the energy off that place would just be phenomenal.
Yeah.
The other one that I would love to get to would be the Hellfire Club. That would be another one I would love to get in.
That one I'm not too familiar with.
It was on I want to say Ghost Hunters episode. Basically, a Hellfire Club is think of Freemasons, but devil worshippers. They made this underground sanctuary of different chambers, and they would meet, and it was underneath this church. So you have heaven above and hell below, and they would meet and do a whole bunch of different things. So I think that would be very fascinating. I mean, obviously the tunnels in France, I mean, the catacombs, you got to go there.
Right.
Those two would definitely be on top of my list next to going to see my Canadian family. And yes, Ron, I saw that.
Well, thank you. I just got a new one added to my bucket list too.
And we're going to take a second here to get into chat because I see you guys are starting to fill it up again, and I love it. Keep it coming. Irene says World War II soldiers in Okinawa. Okinawa would be a good one. I have heard a lot from my military buddies about some things in the base in Okinawa. I wouldn't also mind going to Normandy to check that out. Scott recommended Hillview Manor in PA. Absolutely. And actually, Scott, remind me tomorrow. I want to talk to you about something. But Brian, you're involved in this too. You have no idea about it. But Doug from Paratime and I were talking about something, and yeah, it's something in the works. Let's see. Mohammed from Sheffield, UK. Welcome to the show, man.
That's awesome. UK.
I got
I've met a lot of UK guys here lately. We've been expanding our group page, and I've been doing a lot of networking. And when I mean a lot of networking, we were at 3.2K fans about a month ago. And because of all my overnight networking, because I have severe insomnia, I've actually managed to raise it up to 3.7 in under a month.
He's not lying, folks. I have it up on my other monitor right here. 3.7K. That is phenomenal. But yeah, see, no, Ron, that the thing on the bucket list for you is that boat of yours. And Mohammed continues by saying hello to everybody in chat. Again, Mohammed, welcome. Glad to have you here, brother. And Irene says crucified Christians in Kyoto, I think it's pronounced, very spooky, and statues that bleed blood. I've heard of that before.
Oh, wow.
And we are friends in the same paranormal group. Oh, her and Mohammed. Nice. Glad to have everybody on. I love this. I love seeing people from all over the world, all over the U.S. Because if you are new here, that is kind of my goal. And I think, Brian, we've spoke about this off camera, well, off live, but I'm trying to bring together the paranormal community. That's kind of my mission statement. I want to bring our community closer together and work closer together. That's what
exactly.
And Pam,
I call it showing the paranormal love.
There it is, Para-Unity. Pam's joining us tonight. Hey, Pam, how are you? She is local to me, along with Casey. They're literally within like 20 minutes of my house. So welcome, everybody. So that's awesome. I'm so glad. But yeah, see, here's the thing. there is so many places that we could all go to that have activity. I mean, heck, even Disney has had a lot of activity. Disney World and Disneyland, they do have activity in these places. Yeah, you can literally just throw a literal dart at a map or a globe, and wherever you hit, I guarantee you there's probably activity.
Yeah, I could guarantee it.
Oh, so I mean, the possibilities are endless. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, and I love asking this: Gettysburg. Do you have want to get over to Gettysburg?
Absolutely.
Well, if you do, here's a little surprise for you. And I tell all my guests this. I am literally an hour away from Gettysburg.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So you come to Gettysburg, you come to PA, look me up, and we'll get something going. I'll show you around, and I'll even give you some tours of some local haunts. And that goes out to anybody. So
it sounds like if I go to PA for an investigation, I got a floor to sleep on.
You got a lot of places. And actually, there's a lot of hotels in Gettysburg that actually have activity too. And there's also a hotel. There's a hotel close by where I live that has activity that I've investigated.
Nice.
Let's see. Yes. And Pam saying she was on my paranormal team. Yep, Pam was on it. Casey is saying Knoebels has ghosts even. That's true. I don't know if you've heard of Knoebels, Brian.
I have not.
So Knoebels is the one of the only free admission, free parking amusement parks in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. They have the world's largest wooden roller coaster still to this day in function. Basically, it's a beautiful area, beautiful amusement park. And like I said, it is free to get in, free to park. They don't charge for that. I mean, you have to charge for a ride and stuff and, the usual. But myself, just like most people locally, have worked at Knoebels.
Not me.
Yeah, not you, Lucky. Actually, I miss it. I miss my job. But
I wasn't allowed. My parents were allowed.
I don't blame them. But I worked the grounds crew, and working grounds crew, we used to talk with a lot of security guards, and they would say at night they would hear some things. So I would stay a little bit later, after everyone left for the night and whatever, and you could hear some of the chains moving when there's no power going to it. Oh no, don't turn that on. She turned the spinny thing on. Oh God. But yeah, there's been it'll sit there and spin for like 5 minutes and then it'll beep and take a picture. Crap. I shouldn't have told you. See, this is my show, Brian. This is what happens.
This is great. This is absolutely great.
But yeah, like there's been reports of people breaking in. You can't really break into it. Of people near rides and stuff like that, and security goes to check it out. No signs of anybody, and you could hear the rides moving. You could hear games being played. You can hear multiple different things. So yeah,
I was in my group chat or my group page. I myself define residentials and stuff. I post in 45 to 50 different buy, sell, and trade groups around Spokane and Idaho.
Okay.
And it's very useful if you got rough skin. A lot of people on there laugh at you, call you names, tell you you're smoking crack, ghosts aren't real, God doesn't exist, you name it, they say it. But a lot of people point to an amusement park in Athol, Idaho, called Silverwood. Games being played left when the parks closed and everything else. And I actually sent them an email and a Facebook message and a Twitter and an Instagram. Any way I could get a hold of them, I tried. I'm still waiting to hear back from them, but I think it'd be a very interesting investigation.
That does sound like fun. See, I love getting apparently I'm being shipped somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm being shipped, guys. I have a shipping label stuck to my hat.
Texas.
Going to Texas? All right.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth? Oh, that's near where William's at. William, I'm coming to you, brother. Return this sender. But see, this is what I deal with.
I was coming down to tell you I was going to bed.
Are you going to bed?
I'm gonna go lay down.
All right. You want to come here and say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
She says bye.
Bye.
But yeah, so
You know,
I
eat my
love.
spooky, scary cookies.
Oh yeah, you're spooky scary. She found the Halloween Oreos yesterday, so she's all about those now.
Oh, gotta love the cream filling.
They're good.
Oh yeah.
Not for you.
You say that. You gotta fall asleep sometime. But
Hopefully you don't hide them on you.
I'll find them. But yeah, I like investigating places that most people don't think of. Even just walking through like a downtown area, amusement park, stuff like that. I love stuff like that, and I like to call it virgin territory. Let's see. What's the background of Scott? Well, he's got trees. But I'm assuming you mean mine. Well, Scott, you'll see actually tomorrow because this is my hometown. This is Danville. This is where I'm from. This is literally across the bridge on the riverside where I live. Let's see. Muhammad said he heard whispers when he is asleep. I've heard of some things like that, of some people having that experience. Casey says this is about Knoebels. She believes the Italian trapeze swing. Say that 5 times. Moves on its own by the way of sweet singing on a windless night. I have heard of that too. Irene gets called crazy by paranormal investigators because they investigate and I can hear spirits. So ugh to them. I agree. And Scott says he found blueberry cereal today. You know, I found
that's a score. That is a score.
Right, absolutely. I've seen those. Frankenberry, all that stuff. I found them all.
Chocula is my favorite.
He wanted to know what type of trees they were. It's not all about you. I'm the talent, Scott.
I really don't know what kind of trees these are. Not very good trees because they don't block out the sun very well, but
bonus points to anybody that can tell. So Scott has a question for you. He already knows mine, but what's your opinion on Ouija boards?
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so I've actually used one once during an investigation. No, we didn't film it because it was used during a cleaning of the house. And I don't talk about this very often because it still freaks the hell out of me. But it kept going to a certain name. And then all of a sudden, as we call this name out, now I kid you not, I will put this on my kids and everything. The walls started to shake. Pictures started falling off the wall. Like these demonic growls kept coming at us. And all we could do was pretty much throw blessed water, throw blessed stones, sage as fast as we could, and get the hell out of there before we got eaten.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm not a fan by any means of those. I'm not saying they're. I want to go on a record again to say I'm not saying that they are by themselves evil and dangerous. What I'm saying is it is very hard to properly use them and to properly control them. So
my thought was when we first used it, I was sitting here going, "Oh, this is a kid's toy. This is bull crap. They don't work." See, boy, did I get proven wrong, and I won't go near one again.
See, I just feel as a rule of thumb, stay away from them. That's just
I agree 100%.
So, I mean, can I use one? Yes. Am I trained to use one? Yes. Can I properly close them? Yes. Am I going to screw around with them? No. And Lee, welcome. Welcome, Lee. Lee is another co-founder of WASP, so another one of Mr. Fedora's. I call Lee WASP's Bigfoot. He is that elusive. But he is saying that they bring the cereals out every year for Halloween. They need to leave them out. I love them.
They do. Halloween needs to be left out all year round. Halloween is the best holiday in the world.
I agree. But Lee, great to see you on here, brother. I miss seeing you, and I still want you on my show. So because you're here, Lee, hold on. And you got to go back a little bit for this one. But I have a special banner for this. There we go. Lee, we still need to have a chat. And this is, if you want to know more about what I'm about to say, you have to go to Scott's Facebook and YouTube page and look up these videos. But I think it's just YouTube. But bring back Good Old Boys on the porch. I want to see those. I want to see more of those, and I want to be included. I want to see some more Good Old Boys. But let's see. We'll go back to get you. Hold on, here we go. So, screwing around now. Okay, so Scott has a question. I'm assuming it's for you, Brian, because I think he already knows my feelings. But how often do you feel that there is demons in investigations? Like how often do you run into them?
Hey, Daddy.
Well, I got one right here. That's a demon. I ran into demons twice in 7.5 years.
Okay.
The first one was at our very first investigation, the J&R house, which you can look it up on YouTube. There's a couple of different videos, almost the full investigation, but not really.
You can wear forward.
I love you. Go away.
You should.
I already did, sweetheart.
I'm done.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Go play it, Tick Turd.
Okay.
I love her.
You gotta love kids.
Right. The J&R house was a little iffy for me. I was physically attacked twice in that house. Things destroyed, things knocked off the beds. The story of it is they have a daughter who my niece used to hang around with all the time, and she was being tormented. Blankets being pulled off of her. Her foot drug out of bed, and numerous other things. And by the time we were done in there was several different spirits in there. One demon, a portal, a gatekeeper, and yeah, we cleaned house. That actually landed us on Creme 2 News and Good Morning America.
So you were busy then?
Oh, yeah. We investigated that place probably 15, 20 times.
Oh, geez. See, now in my 15 years, because it's getting close anyway, like I said, I've only dealt with 3 true demonics. And what I mean by true is ones that were actually demons. There were some, I ran into a bunch that actually, I guess, are posing as demonics. They were just malicious or negative energy, trying to act like demons, but they weren't. But I've actually had to get the church involved twice.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, the one was pretty hardcore. It was a mid-level. They're not fun. I mean, I can laugh and joke around about it now, but during that time, it's scary. Sarah has a question. I'll let you answer this one first. Do you think seeing a demon is rare, and are all shadow people demonic?
Seeing a demon, yes, I would agree is rare. And I don't think all shadow people are demonic. Not at all. Some of them are just lost souls that are trapped and don't know how to cross over, don't know where to go. But as we all know, demons can portray little kids, they can portray adults, they can pretty much manifest into whatever. So, I mean, seeing a shadow person, it's kind of 50-50, I guess.
I have to agree with seeing a demon is rare. Just because, like I said, I've done over 400 homes and businesses and only dealing with 3 true demonics. Those odds are pretty out there. It can happen. It can happen at any time.
Yep.
But not everything is demonic. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but not everything is demonic. Now, how many times have I heard the term, my house has a demon, we have a demon? Probably about 95% of my investigations. The client has claimed a demonic, and it's like, no, you don't. Before I even step foot, no, you don't. But as far as shadow people, Sarah, I'd have to say it depends on the situation. Again, remembering seeing a demonic is a rarity. We'll just answer that one. It is a rarity. But shadow people, mostly what they are is a manifestation of a spirit itself. And there are different stages of manifestations. And what I mean is they need a certain amount of energy to present themselves. So if you see a partial bodied apparition, they don't have the energy completely to fully make themselves visible. So a shadow person is just a lower level of manifestation. They're showing themselves. They just don't have a lot of energy. Oh boy. I don't know if you can see chat, but we'll get to that. But they're starting up again. But yeah, Sarah, I don't think all shadow people are demonic. No. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while. I've seen shadow people. I've followed a couple, but I don't believe they're all demonic. Irene has a request for you, though, Brian. She wants you to join her group.
I would be honored. Just send me a link to it on Facebook at Brian James, or leave it with the Spokane Ghost Crew, and I will gladly check it out.
Oh, there you go, Irene. And Scott has a question for you. You said it, so I'm going to let you answer this one, brother. A keymaster. Scott's asking, what is a keymaster?
A keymaster. I'm thinking he's talking about the
gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is said person or persons that guard a portal that will let people in, spirits in, and then trap them in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to continue.
Oh, no, that's pretty much the simplified answer.
There you go.
Sorry, my son made a complete mess on the floor that I have to clean.
Ron's claiming he is a demonic. Yeah. I bet your wife would agree with that one, Ron. Irene's saying she's a witch, and actually so is Mackenzie. Mackenzie's Wiccan. Let's see. And speaking of JWoww, we're getting all of Wasp on tonight, guys.
Right on.
The rarity, we get all of them. JWoww, Jason is saying he heard Scott Morton is a demonic after drinking apple cider. I heard he breathed fire too after eating the one chip challenge.
Oh, never again will I do that.
And Scott saying he's a Bigfoot, and he also smells like a demon anyway. Scott Morton, Sasquatch. Casey's I'm a problem. Scott Morton, only 1 foot. See, this is my show. Sarah, I always see people commenting in groups saying things are demonic. The education is so important. Absolutely. See, here's the thing. Again, are demonics real? Yes, they are real. They can happen. But the chances of them actually happening, few and far between. You have a better chance of seeing a full-bodied apparition. than seeing a true demonic. Now there will be some cases where you will get intelligent spirits that will pretend to be demonic. You'll have malicious spirits that are pretending to be demonic, but you have to know which or what to look for. And actually, not to just promote Scott again, but he did a video with a guy named Dr. Dale, and you have to check him out. Dr. Dale, actually, Scott, if you can go ahead and put Dale's information in the chat, I'll pop it up here. But he is very knowledgeable, and he even agrees that there are certain qualities and different characteristics of a demonic that you will, when you see it and you run into it. Sorry, I was getting a text message. Apparently, guys, I'm going to take a second here on a personal note. My daughter lost her first tooth tonight. She pulled it out herself.
Congrats.
She needs to stop. She needs to stop growing. Seriously, she needs to stop growing. But yeah, so my daughter lost her first tooth tonight. That is awesome. That means Daddy has to give her something.
Awesome. That is celebration right there.
Absolutely. Screw it. So in celebration, where's it at? What do I want? What do I want tonight? We'll get some brandy going tonight.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Dr. Dale on deck. That's right. Dr. Dale on deck. Look him up. If you want to know anything about demonics, that is the man to ask. He's very knowledgeable. I am going to try to get him on this show. But yes, demonics are few and far between, and there are only a few characteristics that you have to look for. That is a dead giveaway of what you're dealing with. Let's see. That's from my daughter. Ooh, that hit hard. Ooh.
Yeah, Brandy don't play around.
The show's getting better.
Well,
usually I'm a beer guy, actually.
I can actually tell you firsthand where if you ghost hunters are looking for demons,
My ex-wife?
I can tell you a place to go.
My ex-wife's house.
That too, mine as well.
The divorce I also called an exorcism. But actually, take a moment. I know we're for a missing tooth now, but cheers to my daughter. Thank you guys so much. I'll send her your congratulations. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm busy right now, honey. I will in a little bit.
Well, I'm busy
your
now.
daughter's first tooth, brother.
Salute. No, we're family friendly, guys.
Exactly. But the place to go would be Colfax, Washington, St. Ignatius Hospital.
Okay.
I went there as a young, cocky investigator, thinking nothing could touch me, nothing's going to hurt me, I'm the man, blah, blah, blah. I came out of that place with a demonic attachment for 6 months. Destroyed my team, almost ruined my marriage. Anybody that would open that door, as I was pretty much bedridden for 6 months, I would scream, yell, obscenities, throw things. It took 9 blessings and 6 sagings to get that thing attached from me. And I'm stupid enough to step back foot in there again.
Oh, Scott. JWoww. Lee, road trip. Well,
yeah, you guys want to go to St. Ignatius? I'll give you a place to crash right here. It's an hour drive away. Let's go.
Well, Brian, I want to take a moment and say congratulations to you for lasting or surviving an hour on my show. I always like to, around the hour mark, announce that we've hit the hour and congratulate you on surviving. Drink anything tonight. Why not? But yeah, so again, love having you on tonight. And again, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to subscribe, like all that good stuff, because these videos aren't just going to stop tonight with Brian. They're going to continue with more people. And actually, I will go ahead and put the website, but there it is. ghostyconsultant.com. You can find all of my social media. Give me a like and follow, all that good stuff. I'm hoping by the end of the year we can get my YouTube to 100. You heard me right, 100 subscribers. So let's see what we can do, guys. But
well, and I definitely too will be telling everybody in the group that's not watching to subscribe as well.
I appreciate that. I really do. Let's see. Let's get caught up. See what we got going on here. There's a trio of shadows of a town cemetery. Yes, Casey's talking about there's a bunch of shadows in this local cemetery of ours that basically follow you around. From what I've seen, we can't really get in there after dark, but you can if you're walking around, you'll see them. Let's see. Scott doesn't look for them actively, not scared, but no, they're not fun to play with. Absolutely. You're talking about some of the side effects you've had, Brian.
Oh yeah.
I actually the last one I dealt with, it almost put me in the hospital.
Holy crap.
It took so much energy that it damn near knocked me out. It was that bad.
Wow.
And Casey, I'm going to ignore that one. And she's saying no to the demon hospital. Absolutely, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I'll pack a bag tonight.
Uh-oh. And Mr. Fedora is hanging up his fedora and tucking it in for bed. He needs to be up in a few hours. So thanks, Scott. Always a pleasure having you, brother. We'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait. And appreciate you joining us tonight.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you, Scott. And it was a pleasure to meet you virtually over chat.
Oh, we'll get him. We'll all get together. And then Sarah actually has a really good. Well, before we get to yours, Jay, I had to drop in. Mr. Fedora is sleepy. He's a sleepy boy. But Sarah actually has a really good question, and I'm gonna let you hit this one first, since you were the guest, and then I'll throw in my 2 cents. Do you think there are things that guard each cemetery or graveyard?
You know, that's a rough one. Every cemetery here in Spokane that we've done has always had one major spot. For example, Greenwood has the 1,000 steps. Fairmont has the what do they call it? The Titanic area.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'd say yeah. I'd say there is a group of spirits that would guard each cemetery as their own.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you know about cryptozoology and cryptids?
I do not know.
Bigfoot, aliens, stuff like that. A lot of urban legends is more of the cryptid and cryptozoology. It is, again, another field in the paranormal. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you've probably heard of fairies and stuff like that. They exist.
Yeah.
They exist. I've seen proof of these. Same thing with a lot of gnomes, stuff like that. I know there are stuff like that out there. I believe, Sarah, that yes, there are things that actually protect cemeteries, whether they're sprites, fays, fairies, whatever you want to call them, to things called grims. They are real, but there are spirits that will protect the cemetery. And there's one locally that I use to train on, and I love going there for meditation. It is the most beautiful, neutral energy cemetery I've ever seen. And I go there for meditation and recentering. And it has 2 angelic figures that are at the cemetery, but this grim will actually protect the outer edge of the cemetery to make sure nothing dark comes in.
Very nice.
And we've seen them. We've seen the grim.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. I'm just going over reading. Casey Casey says she knows in the past it was tradition to bury a dog before burying any human remains in a new cemetery because it was believed the first soul to be interred would force to guard the place forever. The dog became a spirit known as a church grim. Again, that's that grim I was talking about. Mostly the grims I've seen have been canine in nature, kind of like what is it, Anubis in Egyptian history. It kind of looks like that, like a jackals type wolf hybrid. That's the one I saw. Didn't affect me, didn't come after me, didn't do anything like that. But yeah, that's what a grim would do. And then Irene is asking, do you think bodies above ground are more haunted than being buried because our bodies are cremated into bone and placed in a marble case above ground? We don't bury our dead here. Me personally, I don't think it really matters. The reason why I'm saying that is because typically spirits stay with what they know. They know what they stick with what they know, what they're acquainted with, what they have an attachment to. Cemeteries, I feel like, are for lost souls who don't know where their family is, where they're separated. They'll go with where their bodies are. I think that's, and again, guys, everything I'm saying is all theory based. There is nothing saying this is how it is. This is all theory. But that's what I feel. Cemeteries are haunted by the spirits that are lost souls that don't have any connections here in the living world. I agree with you 100%. I don't think the location of the body matters, whether it's above or below ground. But really good question, though, Irene.
You know what I gotta wonder?
What's that?
Is how my guinea pig, I like to call him, aka Guthrie, didn't get that attachment, but I did. I threw him under the literal bus in that hospital. We went up to the surgical ward, and without any warning, anything, I started taunting. This is the surgeon that killed you. What do you think about it? Why don't you come do something to him? Hit him, kick him, punch him, push him. Like, I threw this kid under the bus. And he's still with me today. He's my go-to fella for everything. And yeah, I don't understand myself how I got it and he didn't.
It could have been a multitude of things. There is a theory, keyword out there, that spirits know your intent. So it probably knew you were lying. So in anger, it knew you were provoking provoking it, not the other way around. You know what I mean? So It probably knew that it wasn't the actual doctor, so it was going after you.
Well, damn, that's messed up.
So, I mean, again, all theory, but very possible.
I believe that theory 100%, though.
And Sarah has another question for us. Do you think that all hellhounds are evil or demonic?
No.
You don't?
I don't believe so, no.
What's your reasoning? I want to hear it.
Well, honestly, I think some hellhounds could be guardians. Guardians of the light that have been mischieved as hellhounds for demonic.
Well, I feel like, and I agree, but I also feel like that certain beings, we'll just call them beings, are misconstrued as hellhounds.
Yeah.
But a hellhound itself literally is in the name. It's a hellhound. It is a creature, and as Casey just said, it's native to hell. So if it's coming from hell, it has the name hell in it. In a sense of good and evil, it would be evil. It would be something mischievous. It will be something that we don't want to play around with. I have ran into hellhounds too. Not a fan. Oh yeah, I've gotten scratched by them. I'm not a fan. I do not like them.
In 7.5 years, I can say I've never ran into one, and that's kind of depressing.
I ran into one, and I'm all right with that.
One and done.
Oh yeah. But no, I've seen reports of them. I've heard firsthand accounts, and everything leads to the negative side of it. Now, there are some, like I said, like Grims, that are misconstrued as hellhounds, but they're actually Grims, or they're another animal spirit. So I think if you classify it exactly as it is, a hellhound, if it is a hellhound, absolutely, then yes, they're evil. But as long as you classify them correctly.
I agree with that 100%.
So, Brad, I know I gave you free reign to cue this up, but I want to get into it just because I love staring at this one picture. But if you don't mind, I want to bring up some pictures I found on your Facebook to give everyone a little preview.
All right.
So the first one, I just have so many questions, and the resemblance is so uncanny. Let me bring it up here. I want to just know what's going on in this photo.
Oh boy. All right. So I got a guy by the name of Jerome. Big shout out to Jerome. He makes wrestling figures. And this here is a figure of myself for all of you wrestling fans out there. That is a 1985 version of Nikolai Volkov turned into with a beard and an SGC shirt on.
I want to see a Mr. Fedora action figure. I think that would be really cool.
I could probably make it happen for you if you send me a picture of him.
So I obviously do my research and I start looking around at anybody I'm going to interview. And I noticed that you've got a couple of really nice and interesting pictures on your Facebook. And before we go too far down, there is the group, the media page of it, but we're not lying. There's a number right there. That is a big number. 3.7K.
Well, we just hit 3.7 today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got a lot of interesting pictures. Do you want to pick any out and tell us what's going on, or?
These are a lot of pictures from our fans as well.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to pick one.
Now, when you say fans, it's just like a screenshot?
A lot of them are screenshots. A lot of them are pictures that our fans have sent in.
Okay.
We do have a lot of pictures of the Colfax Hospital, which was really interesting because all of our photos, all of our footage, all of our EVPs were completely gone.
And that's this one, correct?
Yep. When we left Colfax. We left Colfax with no evidence somehow. And then these pictures just started randomly popping up on all of my investigators' phones.
Huh.
And it's really weird.
What are we looking at in this one?
That one there, it looks like that was the second or third floor of St. Ignatius. And I believe that's the picture. If you look super close down the hallway, there is a figure staring at you.
Let's zoom in a little bit, guys, and see what we can come up with. But, I kind of see, and this just might be because I'm here, but I can kind of see, and not to give a power of suggestion, but I kind of see like a foot or somebody standing here, like legs.
Yeah.
They're a little out of focus, but it doesn't match the rest of the bottom here. Like if you look, there's a little distortion right here, right where the dark black, and then it almost appears like in between these little lights, something dark right there. That's kind of cool.
I'm telling you, this place was horrible. And with me being a sensitive, I mean, you just got hit from everywhere. That
So
picture on
is
the
this one of
right
your,
is my guinea pig right there. That's Guthrie.
this one?
Oh, that's our technician, Trevor. And that one is, I can't tell who that one is. That
Is
looks
this,
like Guthrie.
is
Yep,
this
that
the
one
guinea
there is Guthrie. That's my guinea pig.
pig? Now, is this the hospital that you were talking about? That you the demon hospital, as Casey so well put it?
Yes, yes, that is
This
the
was a lot
demon
of fun.
hospital.
This really does look like a lot of fun.
It was. It was a lot of fun to do. It was hell coming back. See, like right there. Tell me how I got a handprint on my back.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look. Yeah, if you tilt your head a little bit, yeah, you can kind of see a handprint. You didn't back up against anything, or
Nope.
huh?
We found that the night we came back to the campground because we were there 4 nights. We stayed in tents in the park.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It was. We had a blast.
You know, there was a Hillview, Hillview Hospital, I believe it's called, that Scott just went to. It kind of resembles this, and actually, someone else I had on my show, Josh Morris, he's got a show on Paraflix, not to promote somebody else, but definitely worth the subscription to Paraflix. But he's got his own. It's called Paranormal Explorers or Para Explorers, something along those lines. And he's got a video or a show on Paraflix that shows a hospital kind of like this, and it's very real.
That's awesome.
It was a great show. I can't wait for
I'd really like you to send me a link to that one so I can check that out.
All you have to do is go to Paraflix. They have an app you can download and look that up, and just type in Josh Morris. Very simple. Very simple. Now, what do we got going on here? Someone got goosebumps?
Yes, those would be goosebumps and the hair standing up.
Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, I can see that. That is really cool. It sounds like it definitely looks like a lot of fun. See, these are the type of places that I really enjoy.
I enjoyed it to an extent. Would I recommend people do an overnight investigation? Absolutely. But please be careful about provoking this thing because he is an asshole.
Sounds like the perfect location for me.
And there's a spirit in there too in room 311 by the name of Rose. She was known as the resident female dog of the hospital. She would bite, kick, scratch, curse at the employee, and she drank a lot of beer. So everybody who came in contact with her, tried to, would bring her a beer. And kind of like remembrance and try to contact her.
Still there? Still there kicking?
She is, very much so. And she's an ornery little thing.
Definitely. That sounds like a lot of fun. Us East Coast boys, we like that. We like that. That's something I enjoy. Well, it has been an hour and a half already.
Wow. I guess the old saying is true. Time flies by when you're having fun.
Well, I actually probably should get going here shortly. I've got an early day tomorrow, and then a long night with this investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. What?
You didn't get my text messages, did you?
No.
And if the audience looks just to the left of me right there where that chair is, that is my sister.
What?
She is my absolute best friend. She's my rock and my neighbor.
Well, that's cool that she's that close.
Right? Just a stone throws away.
But all right, brother, I'm gonna get going. Like I said, I got an early day, and I gotta finish getting ready for this investigation tomorrow night. But thank you so much for taking your time to join me tonight. I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure and my honor, and I hope you guys have a fantastic investigation.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And again, guys, look up Spokane Ghost Crew. These guys have a lot of information, a lot of fun, and I mean, you're just on Facebook, or do you have a YouTube?
We have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, Clapper, and we just got, unfortunately, a TikTok.
So look them up, guys.
But it is what it is.
Look them up, guys. You are not going to regret it. I am so happy that we got a chance to meet, and only within a week of doing this. So this is cool.
Most definite. This has been a great time.
So, all right, brother, we will catch up with you later. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, brother.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for me tonight. Again, no video tomorrow. Join me next week. Have something lined up. I'm not 100% yet. I'm going to try to get Josh on from Attic Junkie for next Friday. And then I know the week after, the 24th, Paratime's coming back. We are going to have our Paratime brothers and sister, Doug and Christy, on, and I can't wait to sit and chat with them. But I really appreciate everybody joining me tonight, or joining us tonight, I should say. You guys were awesome. Awesome. Great questions from everybody. I really appreciate the interaction. And like the bottom says, if you do like these videos, feel free to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget to share, because the more people we have, the more fun we're going to have, as tonight was a prime example of. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, and welcome to all the new people. We'll catch you all next week. Have yourselves a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Have fun. And as always, you know it. Happy hauntings.